Hello everyone. This is your friend Alicia. Welcome to the Computer Applications class for Standard 9. Our today's chapter is Principles of Object-Oriented Programming. The subtopics that we will be covering are: what is procedure-oriented programming, what is object-oriented programming, differences between procedure-oriented programming and object-oriented programming, and basic principles of object-oriented programming. Now, moving on to our first subtopic, what is procedure-oriented programming? Definition: procedure-oriented programming or POP is the approach in which any particular task is performed, emphasizing on the functions rather than data items. Examples: some examples of procedure-oriented programming languages are BASIC, COBOL, Fortran, and C. Features: procedure-oriented programming uses a top-down approach of programming. It emphasizes on functions, or the logical steps, rather than data items. Functions share global data, while data values can keep floating. Limitations: since data values are global to all the functions, any alteration in data value will demand necessary modifications in all the functions. It is not appropriate to solve complex problems in real-life circumstances. Well, our second subtopic, what is object-oriented programming? Definition: object-oriented programming or OOP is a modular approach based on the concept of objects. These objects can contain data and functions and allows the data to be applied within stipulated program area. It also offers the reusability feature to develop productive logic, emphasizing on data items, rather than the functions. Examples: some examples of object-oriented programming languages are C++, Java, Python, Smalltalk, Ruby and Eiffel. Features: object-oriented programming uses a bottom-up approach of programming. It emphasizes on data items, rather than functions. It divides any given task or program into simpler objects. Objects bridges the data flow from one function to another. Program security is ensured by the concept of data hiding. It is helpful in solving complex problems. So, our third subtopic, differences between procedure-oriented programming and object-oriented programming. First, POP follows top-down approach, whereas OOP follows bottom-up approach. Second, POP emphasizes on functions, whereas OOP emphasizes on data items. Third, POP supports free flow of data within the program, whereas OOP restricts data flow and data to be used in specific program area. Fourth, examples of POP are BASIC, COBOL, Fortran, and C, whereas examples of OOP are C++, Java, Python, Smalltalk, Ruby and Eiffel. Finally, our fourth subtopic, basic principles of object-oriented programming. First, data abstraction. Data abstraction helps a programmer to hide all but the relevant data about the object in order to reduce complexity and increase efficiency. For example, the control panel of a micro-oven hides all the unnecessary electronic complexity from the end user, focusing only on the user requirements. Second, inheritance. Inheritance supports a programmer to link and share some common properties of one class with the other class. This is done by extending an object of a base class into the derived class and using through it. For example, the two major classes of flowering plants are dicots and monocots. Here, though these two classes have their own distinguished characteristics, both of them enjoy the common attributes of flowering plants. Third, polymorphism. Polymorphism is the process of using a function or method for more than one purpose. This is done through function overloading. For example, water below 0 degrees Celsius turns to ice, whereas above 100 degrees Celsius vaporizes as steam. This shows how water behaves differently in different situations. Fourth, encapsulation. Time equals once greater than encapsulation is the system of wrapping data and functions into a single unit, termed as object. It helps to maintain the privacy of data members, and even the source code of an object can be maintained separately. For example, the internal organs of the human body, like brain, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, etc., are encapsulated, but they all integrate to form and function as the human body. With this, we complete this session and will soon meet in the next one. Till then, take care and enjoy learning. For more learning videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. Bye.